Well, Donnie Moran, a battle on the swamp victory. Speed Weeks victories never get old, do they?
Oh, no. When you start off a year like this, it's only up, I want to say thanks to Custom Cutters. If it wasn't for Chip up there, I probably wouldn't be racing anymore, but he's made it pretty cool.
Had to be an unexpected victory. Jacobson leading the whole way. And tell us about the very end there, what you saw happen.
Well, I knew it was going to be hard on tires. The way we practiced last night, it was real soft on tires, and the track was a little bit drier and got a little bit black. When you come to southern Georgia with the sand and the dirt, it just, kind of eats and grinds the tires. And we talked it over with American Racer people and decided to go with this combination. And I knew I'd have problems on the start, and they kind of got out there and got going. Then all of a sudden, I run them all down. And then they kept blowing tires, and I was like, well, just biding my time, and I didn't know it was that close in, and when we went to restart, something must happen to Eric's tires too, but, I got to say thanks to American Racers because ours lasted the whole distance.
Well, a little demoralizing at the beginning there, you kind of got shuffled back. Did that worry you, or were you kind of confident you might be able to stay in there with the tires at the end?
Well, when I grew up racing, this is my 35th year anniversary racing, and I used to race a lot of NDRA races down south here, and you had to have tire management, and, some of my experience paid off.
What about talk about what Speed Weeks means to you? I know you haven't been here quite 35 of them, but you've been here 30-something years. I mean, it's got to be satisfying to come down and win one again.
Well, people say I'm old and washed up, and, I love to race, and, I'm trying to teach my kids to race, and so we can keep this sport going. But when you can win a Speed Weeks race starting off the beginning of the year and beat some of the competitors that was here, you can't say enough about it. It's just speechless.
You got a couple of busy weeks coming up too, right?
Yeah, pretty busy. We're going to East Bay, then we're going to Volusia County. But I want to say thanks to all my sponsors like Eddie and Linda, Custom Cutters, where we're building DMR chassis component parts for cars and things like that. And, our mounted engine, it works very well.
Okay, thanks, Donnie. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, Mark Wagner with second place finish here, maybe a little unexpected. Tell us about those last couple of laps as you kind of rose up through there with those flat tires.
Yeah, we had a fast car all night. We just I made a mistake in the heat race, and it got me back there in the field. And then those guys went with a little softer tire, and we went with a little harder tire. So we was hopefully waiting on them to blow tires, and they ended up blowing tires towards the end of the race. So that helped us out a lot. And, we had a good car all night. I mean, we was fast. We reeled those guys in. Me and Moran reeled those guys in. We had pretty good cars, so I just glad the first Lucas Oil race we finished second, so I was pleased with that.
I mean, kind of nice to come down here with these guys coming to more your territory. Did you feel a little bit of an advantage against some of these travelers coming to this track?
You ain't got an advantage when you got Moyer and Madden and O'Neill and those guys. You ain't got an advantage when they come. I mean, they're the best in the business, so it's just to be competitive with those guys, it makes us feel good.
Talk about your problems in the heat race there. What happened?
I just made a mistake behind the steering wheel. We had a good car. I just made a mistake and slid up and finished fourth, so we ended up getting back in the field, and just a mistake on my part. I mean, I had the car. I just made a mistake, and learn from my mistakes.
Starting further in the back there, did you go with the same tire choice you would have either way starting up front?
Yeah, I mean, with the track abrasive like it is, we needed to go with a little harder tire and to be there at the end. I mean, we wanted to be there at the 50th lap, so we didn't have but a few more laps on it, but we made it to the end and finished second, and we'll take it. We're pleased with that.
Do you plan on doing some more super late model racing during Speed Weeks?
Yeah, I do. We plan on going to Lake City tomorrow and down to East Bay for a couple days and to race, and then I think we're going to run the World Outlaw Show at Bubba Raceway Park.
And had some success at East Bay recently in your crate car, I know.
Yeah. We had some success down there, so we're looking forward to getting down there. I mean, it's a racetrack. It's a little better than this place, but we're going to go and try to race with them guys.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good job.
When you're ready.
Well, Eric Jacobson, a heartbreaker here at Waycross. That's got to hurt.
Yeah, not the conversation I want to have with you tonight. I thought we after practice last night, we had a good car and we qualified well and handled things in the heat race, and we had the track position, and I I really got to kind of look back, and when I was following those lap cars, I was sliding the car around a little bit, maybe protecting the bottom a little too much, and took the right rear off and won, the last lap, and Donnie and some cars got by, and that was the race.
You, as some of those other guys had flat tires, was it in your mind, I've got to be easy on this thing here the last couple of laps?
In yes and no. I thought I had a good enough car to finish the race. I didn't realize I'd slid it around as much as I did. It was a little surprising when the tire went down, but then again, in hindsight, I look back at, I made some mistakes out there, and I wore a little too hard on my right rear, and it cost us.
Well, was it a thing of tire choice in the end? Would you go with something harder at the end, or just maybe drive a little smoother?
Yeah, that was my driving, and first race in a couple months, and out there leading, and you slide the car around a little bit, and you're wearing your tire for the wrong reasons. We went with the hardest tire you could run tonight, and got us to lap 49.
At least Speed Week's opening up, not the way you wanted to finish as the result, but it's got to be a little bit of an uplifter that way.
Yeah, it's the best start I've ever had coming down here. So it's all smiles, and we go on down to Tampa Bay here, and we'll get back after it. It's definitely not. We got good equipment right now, and our guys are doing a good job, and drivers just got to do a little bit better to get to the checkered first.
Okay. Thank you a lot. Appreciate it, Eric.